And in that time, I've sanded the 2 coats. I'm going to put another coat on it. And we'll wait about 10 minutes and start putting the tissue on it.
Yep. Look at how gray, how gray that thing is. It's phenomenal. The little bit of color paint that was added to that clear to make that
Glass cleaner? What is that?
Don't there's more right there if you want to fill it up. If you want to foam, it'll foam up. You know, that's good.
That's fine. So I've knocked off all the high spots. I mean, a guy I could sing better, but there's no need.
Not underneath. As long as you get all the fuzzies off, you gotta knock down it flat. He just basically made a homemade tack cloth. I don't believe in tack cloths because they leave wax and stuff on the surface. I don't like them for that reason. But what he's doing right there is just windshield washer fluid, cheap stuff, Windex, whatever you want to call it. Damp towel, get the dust off.
I see the spot I need to sand before I can. Where's that block? Oh, you didn't put the paper on it. Where's the spot? Here, I gotta sand it. It's nasty. Well, that green is really open too. Yeah, knock the buggers out. Oh, we're going to show you the repairs on the bottom too. Let's, we can go and rotate it around this way. Show them the repairs. Grab the camera. And that's only 1 coat to go.
You see this repair right here where he ripped that paper. Hasn't even really been sanded.
Nothing. 1 coat to go.
1 coat of dope on a piece of tissue paper over top of that hole. And the one that was a little bit worse,
The hole.
the hole he's sanding on right out in here. Can't even tell it was there.
It's only got 1 coat of dope on it, so we'll wait till we get a couple on it before Don't get excited.
Gotta be real ginger with it though right now because it is lightweight tissue. And it really doesn't have a lot of dope on it to
Here, one coat. Okay, where is the paintbrush? There's the dough. Now I could add some more thinner to this. What do you think? Gonna be putting on the tissue anyway, so add some more thinner to it.
Already thinned a lot. I'd put this on the thickness, whatever you
Where's
got
the brush?
right there, over there on the table. About 70 something degrees.
Feels nice. What's your humidity?
Breeze. Almost 70%, 68% humidity. Humidity doesn't affect all this base stuff. It only affects your top coat of clear.
What it does, the paint dries and traps moisture under the skin, and it turns to milk.
And it will come out with enough sanding and stuff, but it's preferred not to get it in there because it just makes for more work.
Now, if you're shooting urethanes, it doesn't matter because it's force cured anyway. And I'm just slopping this on it. This is the glue that's going to hold the tissue down.
This is nothing but regular butyrate dough. It's not nitrate.
Never.
Never use. We never use nitrate. Use this butyrate from the ground up. It's plenty strong enough to stick a tissue down and all that stuff, as you can see.
The drive home and tonight will be just beautiful. Sweet dreams.
You'll have an airplane in almost full gray color.
Yeah. On DC 540, the cow and stuff at home. Out the front door.
You're gonna get this coat on there. He's gonna let it dry, like you said earlier, about 10 minutes, and you're just letting it sort of tack up where it's still sort of soft. Then when you put your tissue on there and you dope your tissue down, it goes through there and it sort of eats this coat right here, and that's rub it down, and that's what adheres.
Okay.
The paper, you gotta rub it down.
Grab that foam. I got a feeling this is going to take no great paint.
Yeah, by the time you get 3 coats on top of that tissue paper, it's gonna be solid gray. No blotches, no bare spots. Get that up to whatever the wings are. After the tissue paper gets on, I'm going to spray the whole thing.
Next week. I keep wiping that away right there. It's,
It'll fill in. Just softening the layer up underneath of it. He's really laying that on. If you watch him, he's not brushing that out. You know, he's just getting a good heavy coat on everything.
a good heavy coat of 50-50.
Yeah.
It's not 100%. Because we need dope to stick the tissue down.
Seven watchers, 2 thumbs up. No comments, no questions.
Okay.
You guys probably all know this. You'll see him rubbing his hands all over it. Your fingers don't lie. Alan says she's a big mama. Yeah, she is.
Yeah, it is.
It's this video really doesn't do it much justice when you see it in person. Yeah, it makes you realize, because my airplane over there is really sort of the same airplane, and it looks so much smaller than this one. Just side by side here, it's pathetic. This fuselage is massive. And you look at this. I'm 6 foot. You know, I'm not exactly a little guy, but
Fuselage is that big around.
Yeah, it's huge.
A normal stunt plane fuselage is that big around. And that one is that big around.
Yeah. It's amazing. There's just a lot of airplane mirrors. And I think you should be proud of yourself. You know, if you can bring this thing in here at 64 ounces, you know, that's a feat.
Yeah, but it still ain't Billy weight.
To bring one in there at 54 or 53 or whatever you said
I
it
don't know
was.
how the hell he did it.
Filled it with helium.
It feels light because it's so big, but I guess we should cut up some tissue.
What were your other ones?
It flew all right, just a handful in the wind. Got your big scissors up here?
Oh, no, I don't.
Yeah.
Want good scissors?
Yeah. I'd like to do this all with one sheet, but I don't think I'm going to be able to do that. I only got... This stuff is $15 a sheet. "30 inches long, 18 inches wide." They only got 2 sheets. And you ask, why is it $15 a sheet? It's handmade. Try to find Japanese tissue 30 by 24 or 30 by 18. Usually 18 by 24. And the guy that made this stuff in England doesn't make it anymore. I wish I'd have ordered. I ordered $150 worth. I wish I would have ordered $300 worth. We ruined a sheet trying to cover a wing with it. I got 2 sheets. That's enough to do it, but I'd like to do it in 1 sheet.
Here, that's the only thing left down there that you brought with you was a season glue right there.
Nope, camera bag's still down there.
Is it?
Yeah, I didn't bring that up.
Where'd you put it at?
Right on the end of the bench by the
Oh, is
bathroom.
it?
Huh?
I didn't see it.
You ain't looking for it. So. Plus, it was $1 million shipping to get it here.
Some silky smooth stuff. A pain to work with on big areas. I don't see how you get.
Huh?
I don't see how you'll get the whole thing with one sheet.
Well, we'll try. I don't, you know, if I don't, I don't, but. Letter.
pays to buy a good pair of scissors. And these scissors only get used on tissue paper and lightweight fiberglass cloth. Don't cut sandpaper. Cut anything else with them.
I think that'd be enough to do the rudder there, both sides. I might have to break into another sheet. It's pull it away. Now, Japanese tissue has a shiny side and a flat side. Take the sheets. You got razor blades up there? Now there's gonna be some wrinkles in this. Don't worry about it. Just dope it down. And when you sand it off, them wrinkles will disappear. I mean, try to get them out because that means less work, but it's not a deal breaker if you don't.
I don't see any fresh ones.
Where's that fresh?
Scaffold blade. That'll work.
I'm here, but I don't have a hole in it.
Okay, I got it on there, basically. Got a wrinkle in it, but it don't matter. There it is, got it out. Now, we're gonna slather the dope on there and rub it in. not going to get any lighter finish than this. Monocoat is not even as light. And I know that from the top flight guys, because they said that they could not finish an airplane as light as I could with tissue and dough. Because I asked them to show me how to do it. We can't finish it any lighter. I got a wrinkle right there, but that, like I say, that don't matter. It'll sand right out. You just got to make sure you get all the wood covered. Yeah, that's soaked down. We don't want that. Are you trying to get me out of here?
No, if I go down there, I might as well carry something up.
Okay, let's do the other side. And then,
Try this new.
what?
Try this new squirt bottle.
I got a wrinkle right here, but that ain't nothing.
Let me get it down.
It's already dope, but it won't go down anymore. Okay, let's see if the boy said anything. Last batch I bought without wet, no wet strength at all.
It's probably just tissue paper. Gift,
Yeah, that's
gift
it.
wrapping paper. Not silk span.
Michael Quinn said that I get the Iski tissue from Woodhouse. It was made in Japan. Yes, they don't make it anymore. Last batch I bought at Woodhouse had no wet strength at all. It doesn't. I use it for years in my free flight models, yes. Thank you, little history. Okay, let's give you a side view of how I'm going to do this. Well, at least there's some guys on here that know that this is a light way to finish. You can't get no lighter.
Yep.
How's that look? There, does that look like it's down pretty good?
Yeah.
Put your finger right there on the nose. Maybe we'll get it all in one fell swoop this time. Probably not. couldn't remember where I got it from. Them guys figured it out. Iski. That sounds familiar. $15 a sheet.
It was England, wasn't it?
Yep. But it's made in Japan. He says they don't make it no more.
No. 30-inch long sheets.
Yep. We tried to cover a wing with it, but we didn't have enough hands.
That stuff is wicked.
I'm sure Jerry Phelps could have done it.
I just think that we don't use that light of tissue more normally.
Right.
Use lightweight tissue, but it's probably twice the weight of that Japanese tissue. Got a kink in there back there at the very end of it. Brush out.
Huh?
Brush out.
Brush or rub one. If not a little sand.
He's using a lot of pressure on the paintbrush right now because he's trying to, rub it and rub that through the tissue. Guys that's done this before know that. Yeah, basically Windex, windshield washer fluid. $1 a bottle or whatever you can get it for.
Put some dope on that and rub it down. It doesn't want to act like it wants to go down. It does not. This stuff has no way to go around the corner at all.
No, but thank you. At least when you get a good wet, you can rub it down nice and smooth and get 90% of the stuff out of it. Can't hardly make a mistake right now.
No.
Not on a solid surface. When you get your dope on it and you start sanding on it, if you sand through it, you can just put a little patch on it and carry on.
$56 to $10.
What is it, just halftime?
No, it's in the third quarter.
Yeah, don't be afraid to get into your work right now. need to do what he's doing right there, right now. If you go a little light on that, sometimes it'll get you.
We don't want to be taping and have the paper pull up.
Yeah.
And I mention these things because it has happened to me.
Speak from experience. Absolutely.
Yeah, it's going to take both sheets to do this job. So just in covering, there's a 30, 40, $50 worth of covering on it. That's ridiculous. That doesn't include the bill.
Just the price of painting one is.
Huh?
Just the price of paint one is enough.
I figure 300 on paint.
That's just some materials.
Yeah.
Tape and dope and
Take a break for a second.
tissue and.
There it is.
You might be a little conservative on that.
What, 300?
Yeah.
Well, maybe.
I'd hate to be adding labor to it.
You couldn't buy this plane for $40,000.
With the hours in it. No.
And people say, well, I'll give you $100 for it. Yeah, okay.
See ya. Better walk down aisle 6. You barely get it, huh? The spray bottle works a little bit different, doesn't it?
Yeah.
That's a $3.50 spray bottle.
High dollar.
Yeah. Bought it just because of that. Hoping that we'd get one that didn't dribble all over the place and leak and. Get that spray bottle at Menards in the garden department. 2 kinds of bottles. There was the cheap ones like that other one, and that one. And the cheap ones were like $1.25 or $1.50. That one was like $3.50. And I said, I'm gonna try one. We bought 3 of them. course, Bart snatched hold of one real quick.
Yeah, this blade's gone, a goner. We'll cut them hinges after it's dry.
Yeah, take it down.
What?
Dip it back down again. This will stretch across that big bridge that gap.
Then I could just leave it bridged like that.
You'll lose all that detail that you put into it. Come back through and just sand it in.
Yeah. Do your balls hang low? Do they watch?
Anytime in the nut, anytime in the bow. I get a kick out of that every time I hear that. It's ice cream man, it's ice cream man.
If he drove here, I'd stop him. We'd get us some ice cream. Bagged right there.
Yeah, will. Sure will. You paint it down onto it. It'll keep bagging until you're in clear. And then it'll still bag.
Do your balls hang low? They wobble too. Okay, put your finger on this. Get up.
Green side up.
Is that the shiny side?
I can't tell. Doesn't look like it. Backwards.
I mean, it really doesn't matter, but it helps if you get the shiny side up. Okay? Less dope.
Yep. You can tell the way that thing pumps. It's like instant pressure on
Yeah. It's a good one. The ice cream man! What are they saying?
Nothing.
One guy's a free flighter, so
He knows trials and tribulations of Japanese tissue. We got one of our club members that this man is huge. He's probably 6'4" and 350 pounds. And he's got these hands on him that'd make about 3 of mine. Big, giant, fat fingers, huge hands, and he builds indoor free flight airplanes. The mica film kind and all those kinds and stuff. And I says, how do you do that? He said, I don't know. He says, everybody asks me that question, the big giant meats, you know, how in the heck can he handle all that real lightweight balsa? I mean, he'll have a little board set up with little 32nd inch square ribs and outlines the wings on it and stuff all pinned down and glued up and all to super light. Been doing that for years and years and years. He's part of Flying Aces and probably any other indoor free flight outfit that there is out there. I mean, one time he had kits. These are all rubber powered kits and stuff in his garage that it took up almost his whole garage. He must have had 500 kits in there, maybe even more than that, maybe 1,000 kits. I've never seen so many in my life. Anywhere I've ever been, I've never seen that many. And he had more than the factory had, but they're all old kits, collectibles. Ungodly amount.
there's no tissue right there. No problem.
So no tissue. Instant success.
Under the canopy. Oh, we're doing it. We're doing it right.
That stuff run all the way back in through here.
No. Nope, we gotta cut that and get back in there, and then we'll flip it over, and they're gonna take another sheet to do the bottom, which is a bummer.
Yeah, better part of the sheet.
Just look like it's stuck down to you on this thing.
Looks like it needs another coat and rub on real good. Anywhere that looks like that.
I guess we can add some more thinner to it.
Best thing.
Does it feel heavier?
I can't feel any difference.
Should feel lighter. The canopy's out of it.
I can't. not that close of a judge.
I tell you what, you take one flap off, you can tell.
I'm telling you. Well, not only you get the weight difference, but you also it goes through the air faster because you don't have the resistance. That's one thing when you first pick them up and you get them together and you're flinging them around. There's no covering on them or anything. And man, this thing feels super light.
Yeah.
Then you put the covering on, like, man, this thing's draggy.
Ah,
What are you in here doing? Keep hearing thumping. Oh.
I think maybe I need some more thinner in this.
I think it's penetrating. It should.
Yeah, I guess it is. Okay. I guess I won't really know until I put some tape on it. We'll rip it up.
Yeah. Craig says he had 3 wings. Says he has a fear of using dope. I had 3 wings in a row warped beyond repair when I put 60%, 40% on.
Are they watching this now?
No, this was a text he sent me earlier.
Who was it?
Craig.
Oh,
An hour later, he says it cost me for him to have a dope, put dope finishes on it, cost $600 to $800 to set up the dope. He says prohibitive plus spray guns. And he has nowhere to spray paint anyway except outside, which is okay. I mean, that's not bad as long as the wind's not blowing too bad and not a lot of bugs. This is our local dope is shrink version,
it's okay.
but I thought 60% thinner would save you. Having said all that, I've learned to make sure not to force any woodwork. Well, that's absolutely correct. You know, you don't ever want to force a glue joint. If it doesn't just fall in place, it's too big or too Obviously, if it falls in place and falls through, it's too small. But you know when it's the exact right fit. It should just barely slide in there.
Sandpaper.
No force. You cut cap strips to where you got to bow them to get them in.
Too tight.
They're too tight.
Warp the
You'll
wing.
Warp the wing. And if you do that on one wing and do it on one side, not the other side, you'll get some really horrendous warps. They gotta just fall in place just right. If it takes a half a swipe of sandpaper to make it fit right, then a half swipe of sandpaper. Takes me forever, it seems like, to put on cap strips. Because I'm so picky. And I cut them just a little bit long, and I try them, and I know I stick them in there, and they're warped up and high on the rib, and you can't push them down, and then I start sanding until that thing just sort of lays in there.
Yeah, it feels like it's starting to get sticky.
This dope right here is shrinking dope, and we've used shrinking dope all throughout this process so far. It's only the top coat dope that is low shrink we've been using and not having any problems with it.
The only reason being is it's crystal clear. It doesn't have a yellow tint to it. Otherwise, I've always, I just started using that crystal clear shit.
See,
Just to try to get a little added edge on it,
When I my Takano, at the end of 1 year, the white on it looked antique white.
Yeah.
And it pissed me off so bad I called up Brodak, because that was Brodak dope. And it was supposed to have been crystal clear. And it looked pretty clear. I mean, it didn't look amber or anything like that, or lightly tinted or anything like that when I used it. But within a year, it turned yellow. And it really pissed me off, because I'm like, wow, you only get a year out of a paint job now and a clear coat. And come to find out that, even some of that stuff, even though it said crystal clear, it wasn't crystal clear.
We got crystal amber.
Yeah, and it did that. It changed colors on you after you had it for a little while. And there were some teething problems that they had at the beginning. That was back when they first started. Doing it.
I really like Brodak for what they've done for us. But if you want to save yourself some money, use Randolph, because Brodak is Randolph without the proprietary shit in it, and it's twice the pigment. Tell them the story about painting a white airplane.
Well, I painted an airplane, and this is a while back, and I was into it pretty far. And Sparky come over and said, what are you doing there? I said, putting this white on there. How many coats you got on there? I said, 3. He says, not opaque yet? I said, just barely opaque. He says, 3 coats, eh? He says, you need to start using this stuff. You'll use 1 coat. It'll be opaque. I'm thinking to myself, yeah, bullshit. And so I was working on another airplane, and it come to time to paint. I said, give me some of that white dope. I'll try that. And this is before we started tinting the clear. And I shot that stuff on there, and in 1 coat had an opaque white paint job on the airplane. And it sold me right then and there. So I'm using 2 coats less of paint. When I did that, I started on this diet, painting diet. And because I was intrigued, here you get a 6-ounce finish. Just use this diet. Don't get any more. Can't cheat. I said, okay. And the very first time I used it, I think my paint job came out a little bit heavier. I think it came out 7 ounce, 6.5 or 7 ounces. But I went from about a 12-ounce finish or a 14-ounce finish to almost half the weight. And so I said, cool. I said, this is a big benefit. It's amazing how much of a weight buildup that you can get on an airplane this size. You know, a full-size stunt plane, or any size stunt plane for that matter, you know, paint is a lot of the weight.
Heaviest single thing on the airplane.
Yeah, the single heaviest.
Besides the engine.
But it sold me, and I've been using that system since then. Probably won't ever look back unless somebody can come out and show me a 4-ounce finish.
Yeah, I want to see it too.
And trust me, a 6-ounce finish on one of these things, you got to do a lot of sanding. It is not an easy chore. It's definitely a labor of love thing.
Dedication.
Camp out real close to that sandpaper block. Religiously sand well. One thing this tinted clear does for you too is it's sort of like a primer. It adds some color to it. And you can sort of see when you sand, you can see the little imperfections a little bit where you need to assist and fix that a little bit. And of course, with lighter colors, you don't see those things as well as you do with the darker colors. Like this gray will show up blemishes better than white, but that's just natural.
$13.09. Hit that like button, guys. Help the metrics. Been on an hour, so haven't got it tissued in an hour, but
I've done some airplanes in duplicolor car paint. And I actually had some pretty nice airplanes, some really good looking airplanes. I did one that was the chipmunk starburst sort of pattern that came out really nice.
lacquer. It's got to be lacquer, though.
Yeah, it's the lacquer, duplicolor lacquer. And they got 2 size cans. They got a little can and a full size 16-ounce can. The little cans always seemed to spray better than the big cans did. The big cans would sputter and stuff, and coming out of the spray nozzle was sort of iffy, but the little cans seemed to have a finer mist that came out of them and put on a better flatter layer of paint. The only problem with using automotive lacquer, it cracks because it doesn't have any plasticizers in it or whatever. But I was using rattle cans, so you couldn't add it to anything even if they had it. So I don't know what they're, and I've never tried, so I can't prove this, but they used to sell that stuff by the pints and gallons. I don't know if they do anymore, but that would be the way to do it, and then you could probably get some plasticizer to put in it. That would help with the crazing. Castor oil, Flex oil, any of that stuff. Use it at your own caution. Yeah, I'd test a sample of it somewhere first, make sure it is really compatible. The way they jostle with formulas and stuff anymore these days, it's sort of scary. So before you dedicate yourself to something, it'd be a wise idea to test it out somewhere. Just build you a small wing panel and use it for a test panel. You can test paints over top of one another, under one another, or whatever, and see what's compatible. There used to be a paint chart out there that told you if you just looked at what you're using and followed the line across, it'd go up and down, and it'd tell you what you were compatible with and what you weren't compatible with, and whether it was compatible just over the top of some substance or just underneath the substance, or compatible both ways. It was a real nice little thing. If I could find one.
Paint anything over aerogloss. You can paint aerogloss over nothing. You can't even paint it over your car.
Yeah, same way with nitrate dope. Nitrate dope will go under quite a few different things. Won't go over it though. Won't get sandwiched in between.
Now you can see that that's pretty gray. I mean, it is wet, but...
It's gray.
Huh?
It's gray.
By the time I sand this out, well, the regimen is going to be finish the bottom, coat the whole thing again. That'll be about 3 coats, I guess. Take it home, sand it, and then next week spray the whole thing with what's left. I've only used that much out of the quart. That much.
So far today.
And that's left over from the wings.
Have to just keep adding thinner.
Second here, we'll put it up on, as soon as this backbone dries, we'll put it up on top of the pad and I'll do the bottom. Got a piece up here. Yeah, it's a bummer. I gotta break out another sheet. You know, if I took DC 540 and just dusted it on this, that'd be the end of that, the whole thing. I'll have to see what it weighs.
I had a guy trying to sell me a Super Tiger 60 the other day.
Yeah, how much?
150.
No.
I said, nope, too much. I said, not that you couldn't get us out of it, you probably could.
You got all the Super Tigers you need, don't you?
Yeah, it supposedly had new bearings in it, and the ring was good. Wasn't a new ring, but the ring was good. You know, well taken care of. I said, too nice, and tried to sell me that Super Tiger 46. That's the one I texted you about, brand new in the box.
Yeah, I got 2
I
of them.
already got 5 of them.
I got 2 brand new ones in the box.
Yeah, I think I got 2 that are brand new and 3 that are rebuilt with Bowman rings in them and new bearings. And
I got 1 George Aldrich McGash 46. That's what's in my Continental. Got
good motor.
2 brand new Super Tiger 46s never been run in the box. Plus I got 4 used ones, you know. What do I need another one for? And I got 10 60s.
I'm the same way. I just don't need any more. In fact, I'm trying to whittle down my stuff anyway. The stuff I know I'm not going to be using.
Well, that's going to harden that up real good. Feels much better. Oh, it's over there.
It's the big Bahama Mama.
You know it.
Amazing how much harder they are to handle when they're all in one piece. Take apart airplanes have a place. I mean, they're easier to finish.
Blade. Damn. Oh, you brought a razor blade. Now, there's another blade.
You put thinner in that when you got here this morning, didn't you?
Yep.
Thought you did. That means that thing's probably 60% thinner.
More than that. But, don't matter.
Thinned it 3 times, probably. Don't matter. It thickens back up. It's sitting. And it sort of gasses off a little
The
bit.
thinner's evaporating. Just think, when the war starts, we're gonna be building airplanes. Probably foamies.
Yeah, if you can get any fuel.
Like,
Maybe if Russia doesn't cut you off the lithium.
yeah. That's not the war I'm thinking about.
Yeah.
Okay. I guess.
Now you got a whole lot of putzing to do up around in there.
There's gonna be a lot of putzing. I'm just piecing this together like a regular airplane skins, you know, here or there, it doesn't matter.
Man, it don't matter. It'll all come out in the wash. It's the easiest part of the whole thing,
What?
covering the fuselage. Just a bunch of pieces.
Yeah.
And it's not like you gotta be super critical about any of it. Just make sure it's rubbed down real good. Not like the wings where you gotta try to meticulous get all the wrinkles out of them. And
Don't want to waste any of this. Not at $15 a sheet.
shoot, even if you look at the price and you get it lightweight silk span and stuff from Burdeck anymore, it's pretty expensive.
$8 for 2 pieces.
Yeah.
Used to get it for a dime.
Get a whole box of it for $8 or $12. 50 sheets or something like that.
I remember when Aerogloss dope came in little tiny jars for 15 cents.
For the little ones.
Yeah. You got the bigger ones for 49 cents.
Yeah.
We're dating ourselves, guys. Of course, a motor was only $4.95 too.
Yeah, get a little bubble pack. Actually, you know, I never bought any of those motors. I was into Fox 35s at that point in time.
They used to come in and display. It had 10 motors on a card. If you had one of them cards, you'd be rich.
Oh man, right now. You couldn't sell them individual though.
No, you have to
They
sell
don't
them all.
go for nothing. You can't give them away for $5. I know a guy right now that's got a brand spanking new redhead in the box with all the paperwork and everything. Brand spanking new, never mounted, run, nothing. Like I said, with a pristine box and all the paperwork and everything. And I think he's asking $125 for
Never
it.
happened.
He can't get a buyer. It's a collector's engine, you know, because everything is there and everything's in pristine condition there, and he can't get 125 out of it. But I seen a Fox 35 go for 150 the other day. Or maybe it was maybe that was 90. A couple months ago. Now everybody badmouths that little motor, but it was the mainstay in its day.
Yeah, if you had a good one.
Well, you bought 5 or 6 of them, and now 5 or 6 you got you a good one, you know, or 10 or 12 of them. And you take all the rest of them and mix and match parts and pieces and come up with a couple more. I used to go through a Fox 35 about once a month. That was solely because I flew in baseball fields and stuff. It was all sandy.
I used to burn up motors because I used to use Cox fuel in it.
Yeah, I used a lot of missile mist. It really wasn't the best thing for a Fox 35, but
You know, I might get it out of this one piece. No, probably not.
you got this whole bottom on this side of the name.
Yeah.
Just keep chugging away at it.
Not gonna go around that corner in one piece. Compound curve.
Yeah. Does that remind you of the old days with the broken in half razor blade?
Oh, yeah.
Can you even get double-edged razor blades anymore?
Oh, yeah.
There for a while, there was a hint that they were going to take them off the market. Too dangerous.
Yeah.
Got to protect you against yourself.
So what's the, well, I see that High Impact Flicks is finally catching on that life log was Facebook.
Yeah.
Did you see that?
Yeah.
Of course, I knew that, and I've been warning everybody about it.
CIA.
Yeah, CIA operation. Don't even need spies. Everybody's stupid enough to snitch on themselves.
Yeah, let's just post everything better.
I got purple toilet paper in the bathroom. Isn't that wonderful?
I go to the grocery store every day every 2 times a week on these days, just time. I get this food, they track your food. They track every post you make, every comment, everything you click on. Even if you accidentally click on something, it's
Even when you're not on Facebook,
yeah.
they track you across the internet. Once you're into their system, you are screwed.
And if you're on the cloud, it's guaranteed. Everything on the cloud is up for grabs.
You remember me telling you about Mike Griffin wanting to get off the stunt hanger, and he told me to delete his account. He was quitting.
Yeah.
I've heard that so many times. It's a good thing I didn't do it because he's back on there selling kits.
Is it?
What these guys don't realize is the way the software is written. Once I delete your account, your IP address is logged, and it blocks your IP address for 30 days. That means you can't even look at the site.
Yeah, for 30 days.
Right, because of attacks.
Yeah.
The software is smart enough to know, hey, we're under attack. That's why TJ thought I banned him, but I didn't.
Yeah, that's like the DNA stuff, you know, they want you to send your blood in, look at your heritage, let's see how,
Yeah, did you hear what's happening with that now?
you know, they're logging all that stuff. They know your blood type, they know your whole heritage, they know your whole family history and stuff, and you paid for it to give it to them.
Right, and
What a scam.
they don't need consent to track you in case, you know, let's say you, not that I did, or say you committed a crime 30 years ago and
They got your DNA, but they had no way to match it.
your sister
Oh, yeah,
submits DNA and they go, huh, and boom, they cross-reference it.
Yeah, right back to you. Yeah, they can do that. It's already been done.
Wake up, guys.
What a scam. And you pay for it out of your own pocket. It makes it legal for them to get it when otherwise they can't draw blood from you, you know.
Right. Wake up. We're under attack. Man, this is BS. It's so close. There's no way. I mean, it's like 2 inches away. Yeah.
Don't scrimp on it now.
Yeah, I know.
This would be more boring than sanding.
Yeah. I think they just tune in to listen to us.
Our rants and raves and wild antics.
I might could get it. But I already went around there. I cut this in half right on this line.
You can always use a little teeny piece of that lightweight stuff if you got a little filler piece you need to put in somewhere. Didn't have any scraps left.
No. Too expensive. like gold. Like gold. Yeah, I guess maybe. Let's see here. Well, it's just a little, I got a couple little pieces here, I have to use that. There's a piece of tissue inside that gear door area. You guys still awake in there? I don't know how. Get the super fill on this tonight. Tomorrow will be dry. I can start sanding.
No more comments.
How many watchers?
That beats me.
Huh?
And look at 16 watchers, 11 thumbs up. Here's some useless information.
What?
Some guy in Sandy.
Yeah.
100 foot hank of 550 cord just fits on a 1 kilogram spool for 3D printer filament.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's some useless information because I don't have a 3D printer. I have no idea what you're talking about. I know about the filament. I know what cord sort of is. 100 foot. As far as anything to do with the printers or
Yeah, we're old school. We know less than nothing about that. Shit, I got a 3D laser cutter. Can't figure out how to make it work. Of course, I haven't really tried.
Yep, gotta get in and learn CAD and that kind of stuff. And sometimes you just feel like you're too old to want to try to do that.
Not enough hours in a day.
3D printing's neat and it has a place, like for making test parts, composite parts of some type, to test theories and stuff like that. But the only thing I've seen about it is it takes a very, very long time to make something. When I could already whip it out by hand in a fraction of that time.
Yeah. By the time you guys think about it and program it and it prints, could have two made.
Yeah, and then use. But I gotta say that it's very accurate. Produce some really nice uniform parts, 100% symmetrical. Which we can do the same thing. We take enough time. So, but it has its place, you know, when I test theories and stuff like that. And now with all the modern technology out, with the new metal filaments and stuff, they're actually printing metal and or some kind of composite that's similar to metal. You know, it's got its place. What's his name say it took them to make them
Molds? I don't know.
molds for them wings? I know it was like 36 hours or something like that to print
A mold, then you gotta make the wing.
a quarter of a mold, because it was made in pieces, because his bed was only so big, so it could only make a part the size of his bed. So you got a 30-inch wing panel, and say he's got a 12-inch bed or whatever.
Well, in 36 hours, we could have built a couple of them.
He's got, you know, to make quarter panels or half panels, 3 panels per half. And, you know, so you got buku hours making that stuff. Now, when you get done, now you got a nice 3 pieces that you can glue together that match and all that stuff. But I could have built a wing. She did it, covered it with glass cloth and sanded it smooth and primered it, and had a half of a wing panel ready to go in probably less time than that, and not be just starting the mold.
Well, it ain't pretty, but it'll be fine.
They're not gonna start looking pretty until you get that 3rd coat on. Sand it.
Start sanding.
Sanding, and more sanding.
That all he ever does? Yep.
Send the bundle.
Sendo de bando.
What was that Spanish word?
Crap.
Oh,
Trajar.
that wasn't it. La something else.
No, trajar.
Lahara. Sanding, and more sanding. Lahara.
11 and 16. It just fit. Oh. I bought a 100-foot hank of paracord. Try winding it on the spool. Here's what you do. You get some gasoline, you light it on fire, it'll make a rock.
Yeah, make a rock, all right.
You throw it in and get another spool.
Now, what you got to look at, are those spools good to wrap your flying lines on? Are they 5 inches in diameter, about an inch wide?
I'm going to use this.
So you don't have to pay $15 for one roll in Brodeck. Those are ridiculously expensive.
What? Them 4-inch
Those big
reels?
spools. Every time I see them at trade shows and stuff like that, I buy them up. I'm surprised the guy isn't out there printing them up. They'd still probably be expensive because of the time it takes to print them.
Oh crap, there's 2 spots on the nose here. I'm going to use this light piece, man. Open up another sheet, put just 2 little squares. I got that piece of silk span there. Got that wide on both sides.
Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute.
Right at the very wing.
No, just one side.
Leading edge of the wing. Did you get that?
one side.
Yeah. Remember, guys, anytime you got an inside corner, don't overlap it. If you do, make sure you cut it down the line. And dope it down into the corner.
I just cut them.
That's the easiest way, because sure as you don't cut it, it'll pull up.
That's under the super frill anyway. There we go. Dan, get out of that chair and back out into the garage. Okay.
Got helmets coming out, the Yahoo,
Yeah, a lot of good them helmets are gonna do.
little fiberglass fuselages all over the place.
Them helmets ain't gonna fly.
We're gonna do something with that prop.
What?
We're gonna go over there at Dan's and do something with that prop.
I don't know. I got this stuff in the car. I got the prop and the mold making shit. Ta-da! Take a look at it and see if I missed any spots.
Never mind, that's a good way to tell.
What?
It blends in so doggone well. Did that. You got that little stone in there, did you get good? It was lit. I don't see anything. Get this right in here.
Yeah, I got that.
You get this curve on both sides
Yeah.
up here. And you just have to turn that off.
I got that.
And then we'll sand all that stuff in.
Look at the top. Grab them.
I watched you do the whole pipe. I know you got all in. It's just that you left this little area out right here.
I got it.
But you got it now. Yeah, you did it from the bottom. About it.
I guess it's time for another coat.
Are you gonna cut these?
Yeah.
You're just gonna leave them.
I'll cut them at home where I can sit down and
Take a spray bed. Looks good, dude. Looks good.
feels nice.
Too green.
Too green to sand. You can't tell.
I can't. I can tell it feels a little bit heavier, but it's not. I gained an ounce.
Huh?
I think it gained an ounce.
No. Not with that much dope. Half ounce maybe. So now it's slather on another coat and let it dry and then get out of here.
It's just amazing how well that tinted clear works. And everybody thinks that dope is different. That paint is nothing but clear with pigment in it. It's all the same base. Just clear dope starts off as clear dope. And they color it whatever color they need to color it at. It's all identical. Only difference is pigment in it. Pigment solids, that's what adds weight to it, clears your lightest finish. And the thing, that's only 2 tablespoons of colored paint in there. And it's already that dark. Of course, that is 6 coats, so
There's 6 coats on the wing too.
yeah.
And that'll look the same as the wing when I sand it.
Yeah. Might be a little darker. So it's all solid. That's why it looks darker now, it's because it's solid and not see-through. They're the only ones that turn it off. Yeah, I'm an airplane nut, but I still don't like the helicopters when they come over and they don't have their rotors all cleaned up.
Yeah. Whop, 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 whop.
Just beating the air. Didn't even use half a quart.
What?
Didn't even use a half a quart on the whole fuselage. 6 coats.
Some guy, Sandy said he could 3D print you a spool for your lines. Give me a week. Yeah,
Yeah, but how much would it cost?
yeah.
In time and everything.
40 hours, or maybe more, a week, maybe 24 hours a day.
Yeah, a week. Yeah. Those spools are, how much are they from Brodeck? $12 or $14 a piece or something like that from Brodeck? That's too much.
I think
It's injection molded plastic.
I think that guy that sells the combat shit, Brenda's husband, Melvin Shooty, I think he sells them things.
Yeah, but they're not that inch wide ones. They're
Oh, the little
real
ones.
narrow. They're like the small. I think they're like the small reels. They probably got them out there. They're made for something else. Got to just figure out what they are and what they're made for. You know.
I got them kite reels with a crank on it.
Yeah, but they're that big.
Yeah, I know.
Those big blue reels that you get from Brodeck, they fit perfect in my little metal briefcase thing.
Hey, we could paint some of this gray on this.
Hey, stay away from there.
Get it painted up real nice. Cover real good.
It's getting painted up real nice right there. If the humidity keeps dropping, tomorrow I'll shoot a clear on that and I'll start ink lining them.
One sheet left.
Not enough to do anything.
Enough to cover a fuselage.
Yeah, or to stab an elevator and rubber. Which would be good for that, because that's all that weight back there in the back. Let's see, you'll sand off 75, 85% of that.
Yeah.
I want to see it. I want to see it on the grander scale.
We'll get the scale and see what it weighs. It was 57 1/4, as is. It went up.
I'm not that energetic right now.
If it went up to 60, I'd cry.
No, not
Huh?
it's not up to 60. But like we say, ain't nothing coming off of it now. No matter how much sanding you do, ain't nothing coming off of it. It's just going up. Little by little, every little bit you add to it. Every drop of glue.
It calls for a 1-inch tail wheel, but I think I'm going to use one of these.
The good ones?
Huh?
The good ones?
Yeah.
Yeah. And he might have those in 1-inch down there.
Of course, I can't get there during the week. If you go over there and they're there, get me one.
Well, they had a pretty good sized tail wheel on them. Those are the only kind I've ever gotten that hold up, don't come off the rim or something like that. Don't make a lot of racket. Them aluminum O-ring wheels are just noisy. I don't care what, you can't do anything to quiet them down.
Yeah, you made me that really nice one. Wow, did it sound like shit.
Oh, you ought to hear an airplane with 3 of them on it. It sounds like a steel wheel baby buggy rolling down the road. We did everything to them things. Made them with brass bushings in them. That didn't work. Made them with Delrin bushings in them. That didn't work.
Not enough rubber on
There's
them.
not enough rubber. That's the whole thing. There's not enough rubber to absorb the sound of them and stuff. And it's just an O-ring. I kept telling Bill was making those rims. They look nice and all that, streamlined, aerodynamic, and everything. I said, but you're losing points just by the way it sounds when it lands. It definitely sounds like a controlled crash.
Well, it doesn't matter when you got 6 ounces of hardware in them. Or was it more than that?
And more than that, it was 12 or 14 ounces of lead and nuts and bolts and screws and whatnot. And that's just hatch covers, adjustable lead out, tip weight. He must have had 30 blind nuts, 256 blind nuts for the adjustable lead out guy. Small fortune. And he had his wingtip made to where a section about 4 or 5 inches long, the whole shape of the wingtip come off, and then you got in there and you had to undo 4 bolts
I gotta pee.
to move the thing. Just a lot of junk. But you have to know the guy. He's sort of a belt and suspenders type of guy. And he typically doesn't ever have any problems with the systems, but just a lot of stuff, a lot of hole drilling.
Relief. $70 ounces. Huh. I don't know if the taper's down good enough. Pull that tape up.
You use an awful lot of that 2-inch tape.
What I got.
Shit, just look at the price of that junk. It's $7 and something a roll.
Yeah, it used to be a quarter.
The same old tape would change the color of it and give it a fancy name.
What'd I do with the brush?
You were over there by the thinner the last time I seen you.
That's right there. Well, guys, if you think the day is over, guess again. Let's see how long we've been on. It's 2 hours, so it's 5 hours of video so far. I'll go home and do another 2 hours. It'll be 7 hours of video.
We'll be in hog heaven on the ride home. The aromatics floating around in the car. We do that canopy mold, fold another canopy, 2 or 3. Spray coated that on it, the whole thing.
Yeah, I'll have it all sanded out and super filled. I'll have it super filled tonight.
Yeah. Get her done. Get her done.
Well, the hard part hasn't even started. I mean,
Well, you got a cockpit to go in it. You got canopy to go on it. You got all that detail sanding to do. And then you really start getting into the sand. You start putting colors on it and stuff. That's when you start getting sore shoulders, sore elbows.
it turned out pretty good.
The finish is done at the bottom of a roll of sandpaper. Which roll? Nobody knows. Whoever said that statement, the finish is never finished. It's only abandoned. Whoever said that is,
Randy Powell.
was that Randy Powell?
Yeah, he's not on Stunt Hanger anymore. He's on Lifelog.
On Lifelog, Facebook.
Yeah, he got mad and left. I'm not gonna play games with these guys.
Pretty bad when everything's one-sided.
Yep.
I can do it, but you can't.
What's that?
I can do it, but you can't. Don't work like that. Not in the country that I was born and raised in.
Yeah, but I think our country's gone.
We've infiltrated it. And turn us into a third world country. Third world nation.
We're gonna be Venezuela in a month or two. Did you hear him talking about printing $1 trillion coin
Shit. For what?
so they can put it in the bank to cover the debt?
Oh, so that's how he's gonna put us $5 trillion in the hole and
Yeah, not cost nothing.
not cost nothing? Yeah, my ass.
Hey, if it doesn't cost anything, why do we have to raise the debt ceiling?
Why do I have to pay taxes if nothing costs anything?
Right.
You can take your taxes and shove them up your bahoozy. They tax your paycheck. They tax your spending. They tax your interest. They
Tax your house.
tax your house. More than once. They tax it when you buy it, and then they tax it every year that you own it after that. They tax your car every year, license plate, another tax. They tax your gasoline out the yin yang.
And now they want to tax for the miles that you drive. What happened to money for the gas?
Yeah.
I'll tell you what happened to it. You guys are giving it away.
Now you've blown all the schools up, and all this money that you're supposedly using from the lottery and all that stuff to help supplement schools. Where's that going?
Bernie Madoff.
Because schools are going to be gone here before you know it, because everybody's going to pull their kids out.
This is mine right here.
Yeah.
Bernie Madoff went to jail for the same thing that's going on with Social Security.
Yeah. And they always say, why do they always say Social Security's running out of money? Every time they have a problem, Social Security is independent.
But you never hear welfare running out of money.
That's funded by the individual. That's been embezzled by the government taking so much money out of it that there's nothing left.
Then they'll have to find some money because I didn't pay into it for 2 years. They worked off.
Yeah, they always find welfare money. Find money to pay them politicians and stuff. I have to say it, term limits. If the President of the United States can have term limits, so can everybody else.
He said he could do it in a couple hours, 3D print the reel.
That's pretty.
Well, guys, that's the end of this video. And I'll be back on later when I get home, and we'll sand out the fuselage, put the superfill on it. So thanks for watching. Fairwinds Tight Lines. See ya.
Bye.